This is going to be a dog body language video. There's going to be basically two parts to it. The first part is going to be us correcting Bandit, the 11-month-old white dog right there, for being nuts. And the second part of the video is going to be Prince correcting Bandit for being nuts. So Bandit did a session with us before. I slowed a part down, if you remember the video, where he ran into Prince. And I talked about how nutty. Watch him right now. It just falls on his face. That shows you a bit of his nuttiness, right? A dog who's just going to be crazy and then fall. Look at him. He's a lot. He got bit at a doggy daycare facility. The owner, at the last session, I told him what to do, right? When the dog is up high, when the dog is too persistent, when the dog is whatever the behavior is, you mark with a clap, then you go grab the dog and sit the dog down. If the other dog, in this case Prince, is not going to correct the dog, which most dogs will not, Prince will eventually, but not early on, then we need to correct him. So we're going to pick a behavior that we don't like. In this case, I think it was up on Prince for too long. And then we're going to do this multiple times. Okay, right there. So we have chosen to do on the hold around the neck, which is non-aggressive. Bandit is a great dog. He is an extremely playful, happy dog. That's great. And that's what I told the owner many times. He's an extremely... And by the way, the jumping on me is the same as the jumping on the dog. He's an up dog who wants to jump on everything and use those paws for everything. It's not okay. It's not okay on me or on any person or on dogs, although it's not the worst thing on dogs because dogs just don't dislike it that much. So you're going to pick the behavior to correct. Are we just going to pick, oh, Bandit's getting kind of nuts with a dog? Bandit's always nuts with a dog. So you're going to never allow him to be with dogs if you're constantly stopping him from being crazy. You got to pick the behavior you want to get rid of. So with Bandit, we chose up and holding around the neck, and we chose up and being up on the dog for like a long period of time. And I think we had one other criteria for the mark and correct. So we're going to let out Connery in a minute. Connery's about a 100-pound dog. Why am I only letting out big dogs? He can overwhelm a little dog all over them. So we've got Prince, we've got Connery, and those are the dogs that we're going to let out with Bandit. So back to this story about the doggy daycare facility. He had to have surgery. You can see it on his, I don't remember if it's his right or left side, but I think it's his left side. You can see where the surgery was. A dog bit him hard. It went deep. He had to have surgery for it. And the thinking is from the doggy daycare and the owner, because they didn't actually see it, is that Bandit was just too much. Dog got fed up with him and bit him. And that's a problem. When your dog is so nutty around other dogs, the dogs are going to hate it, right? These two dogs don't, but many dogs are going to hate it. And he just can't be like that all the time. So we're going to let out Connery right now. You've seen Connery in many other videos. Why am we letting out a big giant dog like this? He can handle the jumping. He's not going to overwhelm him. I'm telling him to get away from the gate. This is not, I'm saying this is my space, right? You got to teach dogs like this limits. He's got no limits. This owner does a really good job with this dog. He's on the dog. Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this. You've got to be aware of the other dog getting too mad, but Connery is just a great dog. So he's going to be able to handle the physicalness of Bandit. So he loves dogs. But look at the upness. It's a lot of up. It's a lot of up. And it's play. Like it's not the worst thing in the world by any means, but it's a lot. The second half of this video, look at even Connor's just like, whoa, dude. The second half of this video, you're going to see me just let Prince go and Prince be a bit of what I need Prince to be. I wish Prince would have got, but look at him. Look at him. It's all up. Now, it's hard to change this. This is just the dog's personality. He is a jumper. He is a player. We have to mold him into the dog that we need. We are not going to stop this dog from being a player, nor do we want to. We are not going to stop this dog from being a crazy, insane jumper, trying to get him to jump. Right? Jumping on people, jumping on dogs is a similar behavior. He actually looked at me after he jumped on Connery right there, which is, I've given him probably 3, look at this. There, and I do it. And I say, let's get him. The owner's quick. He gets him. And we're going to put him in a sit. We're going to put him in a stay. We're going to calm him down. Why? Because there was too much on Connery. Then we're going to let him go. Right there, we're doing it again. Remember my follow-up thing? Doesn't matter how long it takes. Just like when you say come to your dog and your dog says, no, I don't feel like it, we're getting you. We're getting him. We clapped. We said, hey, there is a consequence to that behavior. If you let it go, the behavior will never get trained. So we follow him to wherever we need to. It's not we're not mean. We're just saying we will get you. Then the next time you clap where he's too up on the dog, we're going to let that go. That was nothing. The next time we clap, that was fine. He wasn't up there long. He didn't hold on to the neck. You got to pick. You guys comment and call me and email me. Oh, we didn't correct it for whatever. Oh, yep, the owner's kind of on it. But we saw him kind of walk away. So we've done a lot of follow-ups with him. Even some you haven't seen. Look at him. Look at him. It's all play. It's great. I always tell the dog, the owner, listen, your dog's happy. He's good. And then we're letting it go because I want now Prince to deal with it. Okay, we put Connery away. I want Prince to deal with it. And I know it's going to take time. One, if I see Prince is like, oh my God, Dad, please help me, then I'll help him. But you're going to see for the next 5 minutes, these two dogs just go nuts with each other. And Prince is going to pin him. But look how much this dog is. Is it dominance? Yeah, it's probably some dominance in there. Is it play? Yes, it's play. It's just his personality. It's hard to watch, in my opinion. Okay? It's hard to watch. There's a bit of almost like humping in it. He's not actually humping, but so now Prince is starting to say that's enough. And that's why I don't want to come out and correct. I don't want to do something Prince can do better. And I'm talking to the owner right now. We're in the office. What we're watching. I'm talking to the owner about I don't want to get involved. If Prince can do this, he's going to do it better than we're going to do. I wanted Prince to actually get more. Look at him. Gosh. I wanted Prince to actually get more mad. I wanted Prince to really pin him, to really correct him. Prince pinned him, but it wasn't as hard as I wanted. Prince is almost too nice. Okay, you're going to see even Prince get on the ground and let him get on top of him by choice. But Prince is going to do some corrections here and start to counter his moves. Right now, Prince is learning about him, his moves, because he's really good at jumping real quick. So right there, he was kind of down and then he jumped. But there, Prince has his neck skin. I wanted Prince to do that more. Bosco, that was a great hit. So he tried to jump, Prince countered him, and now Prince countered him right there. This dog needs he does this thing where he puts his paws up and then he puts his head back so the dog can't get him. It's this mix of happiness and playfulness and dominance, I would say. Okay, but it's not okay. He can't go doggy daycare anymore, or he can go back, the owner doesn't want to take him because he's too much for dogs. The owner rightly is he's too much. He overwhelms dogs, he annoys dogs. And it's actually cost the owner money at this point for not a major surgery, but a surgery. So now there's pinning, right? I don't want to get involved if Prince is going to do a better job than me. And that's what I have a helper dog for. Prince is Bosco, my old dog, would have pinned him in no uncertain terms and not let him up. And that would have been the single greatest thing for this guy. Prince is just nicer, if that's the right word. Look, he doesn't stop. He loves the roughness. You've heard me talk about that before. Even when dogs go back at the other dog and say, hey, knock it off. Some dogs enjoy it, right? He enjoys this. This is touching. He enjoys this. But more pinning from Prince. I like when Prince puts his paw over him and puts him to the ground. And the owner and I are talking. I don't know if you can hear it. We're whispering because I don't want Prince to even know we're there in a way. I just want Prince to do his thing. But the owner was saying he's never been on the ground on his back. And he probably was 5 times in this. Prince pinned him. Now, I don't know what Prince is doing. Prince is yeah, I'm going to lay on the ground and let you do this. Here's what I think. Prince and both Bosco, they used to do a rope-a-dope, where they would actually get on the ground to kind of let the dog think they're the boss. Bosco used to do it in order to whoop the dog. I don't mean whoop in a bad way. I mean whoop in I'm the boss way. Bosco would go on the ground and the dog would go, oh yeah, I'm the boss of you. And then Bosco would get up and go, he like would lull them into a sense of confidence so that he could whoop them. And actually Prince, after he lies down, that's when he gets the most hardcore, after he lies down. So I think he might be doing the same thing. Okay, where he lied down to say, yeah, you think you're the boss, but you're not. So there's going to be more pinning. Now, Prince has a, it's not a cut, but he has like a chin thing we got to take him in for, where his chin bleeds a little bit. And you're going to see that on this dog. It's not a cut. It's Prince's chin, but you're going to see some blood on this guy. It actually looks pretty bad, but it's from Prince's chin. He just gets this like raw thing on his chin. But you're going to see the blood, and then you guys are going to come and go, oh my God, there's blood. Yeah, it's not a cut. It's his chin. So pinning. I wish Prince would have pinned him more. It really would have been good for Prince to actually get like legitimately mad and really pin him until this guy is fully submitting. Right? This is pretty good. It's a pulling him down to the ground. That was a good move right there from Prince. He's not letting him up. That was a good move. That was a good move. Prince has finally kind of learned him a little bit and is really starting to do it. Bosco used to do it. This is the greatest thing for this dog. I just wish Prince would have even gone more. Okay? But he doesn't stop. This dude doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. Right there, we were ready to stop it, but I thought, remember, see those little nips? They're not nips. Those little things from him. But Prince is doing it better than we're going to do it. He just is. He's going to let this dog know what's up more than we are. Plus, if I come out and say, hey, and, oh, see that blood? That's from Prince's chin. All right, guys. So that's the video. You're going to see me walk out right now and give Prince some love because Prince is doing what I want him to do, and I'm just going to get down the ground. I've told you about this before, telling your helper dog that they did a good job, right? He's such a good boy. I'm telling him I love him. All right, guys, body language stuff, subscribe, comment, like, and hit that bell.